Hello guys, welcome to another video by Grey Robotics. Today we are going to talk about the various levels in robotics. So if you are a beginner in robotics or you are an intermediate, this video is going to help you understand that what exactly lies ahead of you. So if you're a beginner, you need to know that how the various levels are divided into, or how you should start with what kind of projects you should start, and how you should take or take your system to the next level, what things you need to integrate more. So this is for beginners. If you're an intermediate and you have already started with your career in robotics, or your passion or building your projects in robotics, and you want to know that where exactly you are currently and at what stage you are, and what lies ahead of you, and what kind of projects you can get involved into, how you should keep building on your skill set in this domain, then this video is really going to be helpful. We hope this video helps you understand or get a more clear vision of what robotics is all about. So it's me, Revati, and my colleague Kunal who are going to talk on these topics. So hope this helps you guys. Before starting the video, please make sure you're subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. I would now ask Kunal to continue with the first topic for the day.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So the entire session, entire video series is divided into the all these different six topics. So first, I'll start with a different type of drive systems, which usually all the roboticists or all the robotics enthusiasts they used in their robotics. Then we will start with the different type of levels: level one, wired robot, wireless robot, sensor-based robots, vision-based robots, and autonomous robots. So we will introduce exactly what are these different levels and what you have to learn in order to enter into that specific levels. So I'll start with the first topic, that is the most important topic: drive systems in robotics. So drive system is nothing but something which gives mobility to your robot. So this entire video series or this session is based on wheeled based robots. So that all the robots what I will mention, which is only dealing with the wheels, which do not have any kind of any other systems like legs or any kind of bio-inspired robots. So the entire thing is based on the wheels. So there are a couple of different mechanisms which students or researchers they usually used in their projects. So I'll discuss all these mechanisms, and I'll give you a brief introduction of all small mechanisms, so that you will decide exactly what thing that you have to use in your specific robotics project. So I'll start with the first. Uh, so these are the mechanisms that I'll like to introduce. So I'll start with the differential drive. Then I'll move to the Ackermann drive, tricycle drive, mechanism, omni-wheel drive, then synchronous drive system, then all the integration of different drive system, which is hybrid drive systems. So I'll start with the differential drive systems. So it is very common uh, drive systems, differential drive, which consist of two major part, which is two motors and two wheels, which is exactly opposite to the each other. So in your figure, you can see that there are two wheels, which is exactly opposite to the each other, and by changing the voltage of different motors of these two motors, you can you can change the velocity of your robot. So there are two types of velocity present. One is your uh, rotational velocity, angular velocity you can say that, and second one is translational velocity. And so these are the two parameters, which is xr and yr and qr. These are the different poses of these specific robots. So by changing the different velocities, you can get these two different motions. And I would like to tell you a couple of things, that all robotic system has two motions. First one is angular motion, and one is translational motion. So any machine which is present on this earth, which has all the machines has these two motions. So if you integrate all these two different motions into at the same time, you will get a curvature motion, that is trajectories. So in this figure, you can see that trajectory which is there. So this is a trajectory which you can follow. So this is the most common drive system which is present in this domain. So if you see your industrial perspective, there are different industrial robots which still follow this differential drive system. So on my so there is one robot which is called Romba robot, which is made by iRobotics, which is one of the most successful robot in robotic cleaning system in the cleaning market. And this robot is based on the similar concept of differential drive system. So there is another robot which is called Turtlebot. It's an educational based robotic platform, so that you can see a lot of videos of this specific robot, and you can see exactly how this different drive system work. And on the very last one is robotic butler. So it's nothing but a robotic trolley which has capacity like 50 kg or 100 kgs payload it can carry, and it can travel into different warehouses. So this is the entire thing about the differential drive robot. So the next one is Ackermann drive system. So the next one.
So I would like to add over here that when you start as a beginner, it's very easy to start with simple systems. So differential drive system is the most basic and most commonly used ones. You can start building a system very easily with this. You don't have to put in much you don't need much background or much a lot of physics or calculations out here. It's pretty easy to run your system on a differential drive, on the differential drive concept. So just to note that all the levels we'll be discussing ahead are based on differential drive robots, but we are making sure that you guys are introduced to all the different drive systems. So let's quickly get a view of the other drive systems as well.
Okay. Okay. So this one is a Ackermann drive system, which is a very older one, and all the automobile system follows this specific drive systems. So it inspired from this cart, which you can see in this specific slide. So it has two different motors. So one motor is used to control rear wheels, which is there in D and C. You can see two different wheels, this which is drive by a single motor, and a second motor which is used to control that Ackermann steering. So if you observe carefully, there are two parameters, that is sigma 1 and sigma 2. So if you want to if you want to take any turn in the specific radius, then you have to implement a different sigma in order to get that specific motion. If you see this Formula One car, which is there in the center, you can see a different angles of the rear wheels. So there are some mathematical calculations that you have to follow in order to get this specific curvature motion. So this is all about the Ackermann steering system. So the next one is tricycle drive system. Tricycle is very similar to Ackermann drive system, but instead of two wheels, it has only a single wheel in the front, and which can be controlled by a different motor. So the basic example of this type of system is a rickshaw, which you can see everywhere in India. And second one is a Rave robot, which is made by one company. It follows that tricycle drive systems. So the next one is Mecanum drive system. Mecanum drive is a different type of Swedish wheel, which has a different characteristics. So if you see all the eight possibilities which is there in this specific slide. So if you made your robot which is based on Mecanum wheels, so you can get any translational vector to the any direction. So that if you change any speed of any different motors, you can get a relative motion into that specific vector. So this is the benefits of this Mecanum drive. So you can see, you can see in the center, that is the robot that is made by a company named DJI. It's educational robotic kits, and it follows that Mecanum drive systems. In the next to that, there is a Kuka Omni Move, which follows the same Mecanum drive, and it is used to convey very heavy weight from like point A to point B, and it follows the Mecanum drive. And the lower one is Mecanum base, which is made for like robotic competitions, so that you can build any application onto this specific onto in this specific frame. So this is all about the Mecanum. There's one more drive system which is called Omni Drive, which is exactly similar to the Mecanum. It's not that different, but the translational vector is different with respect to the Mecanum. And so these are the different configurations. You can see that you can use a 4-wheel drive, or you can use a 3-wheel drive. You can see a different relative motions which is there on the left hand side, so that you can drive your robot anywhere in the field. But the most common thing about Mecanum drive and Omni drive is that you need very flat surface. You cannot drive these drive systems into the outdoor environment. So make sure that if you want to use some application into the indoor environment, then just go with these drive systems. But if your application is outdoor, then go for like differential drive, or differential drive with track belt system, or all that kind of systems. So the next one is
So before
Mhm,
moving to the next one, Kunal, I would like to add here that
mhm,
nowadays with so many robotic competitions coming in and students participating in these robotic competitions, uh, these drive systems are very widely used.
mhm.
And if you go to test these drive systems, the programming behind running these motors is pretty different. The wheels, like there's a lot of coding part that goes into it. So if you plan on shifting from the basic differential drive to Omni drive or Mecanum drive system, look into its specifications and how things work over there. uh, it's a very fancy kind of input to your robotic system,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's used for wide applications. They're pretty fast and a lot more advantages to
Lot
it.
more benefits that you will
But
get out of
yeah,
Mhm.
but do think of switching to this kind of drive system as well. It would
Right,
give you a lot of learning about how mobility works.
right. So next one is a synchro drive system. Excuse me. This is a very rare kind of system. Very few robots that is based on this specific drive systems, because it require a more degree of freedoms. Because if you see on this diagram, you can see that it require two different motors for a single wheel, so that one motor will give rotational motion for that specific wheel, and second motor will provide speed, like velocity, for that specific wheel. So in this example, there are four wheels, so that there are four different motors and four different angular motors. It require more motors. That's why people mostly avoid this type of drive systems. But this is a robot which is made by MIT in like last 70s or 80s. So they developed these drive systems for their specific robot. So the last one is hybrid drive systems. Hybrid consists of different whatever mechanisms that I have mentioned. It has a combination of one or two or three into the single one. So if you consider differential drive systems plus synchronous drive, it's a good example of Curiosity rover, which is currently active in Mars. So it has total six wheels. Out of six wheels, uh, uh, it act like a differential, but it has a synchro drive system in order to steer it. So this is what about the Curiosity rover. Second one is the Formula One. Formula One has Ackermann steering drive as well as differential drive. So combination of these two motions will give you a better trajectory towards a curving angle, turning angles, and all that specific regions. So you can use a multiple drive system in order to get a better accuracy. But if you are beginner, You just stick to a single one and just follow that specific part. Reddy, would you like to add?
Okay. So this was a very brief introduction on the various drive systems. Please do go ahead and try to explore as per your skill set and requirements for your projects.
Right.
If you guys have any queries, any suggestions, any comments, please feel free to comment in the comment section, and let us know if you need any other more videos, and we'll try
On
to
any
make them up
specific
for you.
topic, we can
Yep.
always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for watching,
Thank you for watching.
and